So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are now able, please be upstanding for our national anthem. And what a rousing rendition there from some of our swimmers. So we are set and ready to go then for session number 5. The stage is set. Our athletes are ready. And we are bang on time, ready at 9 a.m. Once again, first event this morning, the ladies 50-meter breaststroke, then the men's 1500, the open men's 1500, and we finish the session with the ladies 200-meter backstroke. So referee, we are ready, swimmers are ready, more ways is ready. Let's start racing. Blow your whistle. Blow your whistle. Blow your whistle. Event 201, the female 11 years and over 50-meter breaststroke, heat 1. So to save my voice a little bit, we just announced the swimmers rather than the clubs in this one. This is heat number 1 then. Lane 2, Jemima Zimmerman of Belper-Marlin. City of Leicester in 3 with Harriet Jennings, Olivia Fern in 4, Emily Armitage 5. Lane 6, Ariana Gallagher and Piper Davenport in lane number 7. 11 and 12-year-olds then contending this first heat. And it's lane 5, Emily Armitage, leading the way, trying to hold off a challenge in lane 3 from Harriet Jennings. It's going to be these two coming into the wall first. Remember, these are to qualify for the finals this evening. And it does appear to be Emily Armitage who's going to take heat 1. Armitage from Jennings, third goes to Jemima Zimmerman. And there's your 1, 2, 3. 41.21, the winning time. Clear the pool, please, swimmers, clear the pool. Heat 2. Second of 10 heats then. Edie Dexter in 0, Isabel Ragg in 1, 2 is Scarlett Kennedy, Martha Hashem in 3, lane 4, Catherine Fletcher, lane 5, Charlotte Lucas, Amber Muir in lane 6, 7 belongs to Layla Davies, Ellie Mae Rose in 8, and lane 9, Isabella Derbyshire. 15 meters to go then, and once again, lanes 2 and 4 leading the way this time. Scarlett Kennedy in 2, Catherine Fletcher in lane 4. Fletcher, the fastest qualifier, 41.94. But it is going to be the swimmer from Repton, Scarlett Kennedy, who takes heat number 2. Sub 40 seconds for Kennedy. Fletcher second, and third place goes to Isabella Ragg. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool. Heat number 3. Bianca Banias in 0, Miley Richardson in 1, lane 2, Rochelle Moore, Amelia Houghton in lane 3, Kaya Lockton in 4, Freya Chesterfield goes in 5, Zoe Jones lane 6, lane 7, Florence Lucas, Lorena Keogh in 8, and Isla Fowler in lane 9. Pretty much neck and neck just past the midway point in this one. Nobody really taking this heat number 3 by the scruff of the neck. And from my vantage point, if anything, it's lanes 1, 2, 3, and lane 6 contesting heat number 3. And now in lane number 2, Rochelle Moore hits the front right at the end, and it is Moore. 40.53 takes heat number 3. Amelia Houghton second, and Miley Richardson in third. There's your 1, 2, 3. Clear the pool, please, girls. Clear the pool. Heat 4. Lane 0, Olivia Tagg, Caitlin Davidson in 1, Shivani Sharma in 2. Lane 3, Ivy Brown in 4, Hannah John. Bronte Eastley swims in 5. Laura Graham Brown in 6. Sophia Parslisian in lane 7. Amy Palmer goes in 8, and lane 9 belongs to Sophie Woodall. And Ivy Brown in lane 3 makes a move with 15 meters to go. She's going to be hard to catch. Nearly a body length ahead of the next nearest swimmer, who's lane 2's Shivani Sharma. But it will be Ivy Brown in 3 from Sharma, and third place is going to be on the touch. Bronte Eastley takes it to Bassett Law. Winning time for Ivy Brown, 37.11. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Heat 5. Lane 0, Kimberly Hayes, lane of out in 1, Madeline Badenhorst in 2, Ada Morehouse swims in lane 3, lane 4, Connie Kyle, Molly Bradley in 5, Beth Reban in lane 6. 7 is Georgia Sullivan. Robin Steele in 8. And Emma Vargas in lane 9. Who's making a move then in this one? It's lane 4. Connie Kyle. Kyle swimming for the City of Leicester. And she's got her nose in front of Emma Graham Brown in lane number 3. But going well out in 0 as well, Kimberly Hayes. Hayes is going to be there or thereabouts, but it will be the swimmer from the City of Leicester, Connie Kyle, who takes the heat from Kimberly Hayes and Ada Morehouse. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool. Heat 6. Just over halfway through then these 50-meter breaststroke heats. Isabel Alsop in 0, Emily Edwards in 1, Annabelle J swims in lane 2. Lane 3, Emma Graham Brown, Lily Mae Clark in 4, Kira Parker 5, lane 6, Caitlin Richmond, Amelia Shield in lane 7, Catherine Pexian Liu in 8, and lane 9 is Sophia Lane. 15 meters left then, pretty much neck and neck, not a great deal separating any of these swimmers. It could be lane number 3, Emma Graham Brown at this point with 5 meters to go. Graham Brown looks to be headed into the wall first, going to be very close. Graham Brown touches just ahead of Lily Mae Clark. And Amelia Shield in 3rd place. 37.89 the winning time for the heat. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool. Heat number 7. Isla Johnson in lane 0. Lane 1 belongs to Floria Marriott. Kayla Godfrey in 2, Roberta Kyle 3, lane 4, Susanna Burke, Sarah Vasilevska in 5, Holly Ralph lane 6, lane 7, Charlotte Seddon, Alexa Parker in 8, and lane 9 belongs to Olivia Faustman. As you'd expect again, 35 meters down and nothing between these swimmers. Holly Ralph in 6 begins to hit the front, and Holly Ralph looking good in lane number 6 to take this heat, and she's going to take it by half a body length over the next nearest swimmer, who is Sarah Vasilevska of Nova Centurion. Olivia Faustman from lane 9 takes 3rd, 36.26. Quicker and quicker as these heats go on, as you would expect. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Heat 8. First of our seeded heats then, the final 3. Poppy Westmoreland in 0, Maya Al-Mohammed in 1. Lane 2, Olivia Crow. Phoebe Morgan in lane 3. Lane 4, Sophie Hamilton. Isabel Callahan in 5. Sophie Statham-Gill in 6. Lane 7, Emily Batchelor. Maisie Wilkes in lane 8. And Maisie Matthews, lane 9. So fastest qualifier here is in lane 4, Sophie Hamilton. And Sophie Hamilton hits the front And she's going to stay there in lane number 4, swimming for the Loughborough University squad. Sophie Hamilton does take heat number 6, came in with a 33.05, did Hamilton. She clocks 33.84 in qualifying for the final. Isabella Callahan second and Phoebe Morgan in third place. Clear the pool, please. Clear the pool. Heat 9. Second seeded heat then in the 50 breast, Alice Wallinger in lane 0. Sasha Zeus in 1, 2 Connie Renard, 3 Neve Dunbar, Hannah Capron in 4, Amelia Denham in 5, Ellie Parks 6, lane 7 Libby Buckby, lane 8 Alice May Downs and Iona Watson in 9. Empty lane then in lane number 4, no Hannah Capron this morning, she was the fastest qualifier in this heat. Opens the door a little bit to some of the other swimmers and they're going to take advantage of that. Lane 6 at the moment, Ella Parks fractionally ahead of the swimmer in lane 5, who is Amelia Denham. Is it going to be Parks taking the heat? It is Ellie Parks from Amelia Denham and Neve Dunbar. Clear the pool, please, girls. And this is our final heat, heat 10. So heat number 10 underway. No swimmer in lane 4 once again. Jemima Deakin in 1, in 0. Isabella Jones in 1. Grace Wingham in 2. Isabella Parsons-Lones goes in 3. Lane 5, Kira Fletcher. Lane 6, Olivia Anstey. Maisie Lee Simpson in lane 7. Charlotte Jarman in 8. And Abigail Archer goes in 9. So without Imogen Clark then of Derby XL Swimming, this has opened the door beautifully. And Isabella Parsons-Lones of Repton takes full advantage of that one. And she wins the heat with 34.01, booking her place into the final. Kira Fletcher in second place, and Grace Wingham will finish off the 1, 2, 3. And that concludes the 50-meter breaststroke heats for the girls. And we move on then to event 202, the Open Male 11 years and over 1,500 meter freestyle. Heat 1. So 2 heats of this marathon event underway. 10 swimmers in this one. 30 length of this Moorways 50-meter pool. Oscar Venn, Northampton in 0. Nova in lanes 1 and 2. Dante Palmer in lane 1 and Ed Gregory in lane number 2. Finley Bird swims for Derby XL in lane 3. Jacob Harness goes in 4 for Bassett Law. Deepings in lane 5 with James Cash. Kai Aljazi, lane 6 for the City of Leicester. South Lincolnshire's Francesco Monaco in lane 7. Harry Callahan-Wetton of Nova in lane 8, and Alfie Groundsell of Bassettlaw in lane 9. Now, I will give him a shout out when he can hear me a little bit later on, but some really interesting news for you. Francesco Monaco, currently swimming in lane 7. Not only is it his 13th birthday today, but yesterday in the 200-meter back, he clocked the fastest time this year for the 200-meter backstroke in Great Britain. For his age group, 2:25.96, so huge congratulations to Francesco Monaco, not only celebrating his birthday, but also celebrating that fastest 200-meter back time. Let's see how he goes in this 1500. Well, the early stages of heat number 1. And it's Finley Bird and Jacob Harness, lanes 3 and 4 respectively, leading the way. We were scheduled to have 3 heats of the 1500, but we only have 2, so that means we're going to be finishing this session at least 15 minutes earlier or so. But 200 meters nearing completion, and it's Bird in 3, Harness in 4. And they're going to turn pretty much simultaneously, 0.3 of a second separating them. Harness fractionally ahead, and Jacob Harness does come in as the quickest qualifier. And he comes in actually 13 seconds ahead of Finley Bird in lane 3. We saw Finley Bird swim the 800 yesterday and put in a real good stint on that one as well. So let's see if he can replicate that today. So still, Jacob Harness leads the way from Finley Bird. James Cash coming back strong and holding on in lane number 5. In fact, Cash has closed the gap on the leading 2. There's a battle then going on for the 4th place spot between Dante Palmer in 1, Ed Gregory in 2, and lane number 6 is Kai Al-Jazi. So 22 laps to go. Harness continues to lead. Finley Bird there or thereabouts, just to his left, now to his right as they turn back. They've taken a little bit more out of the challenge from James Cash. And indeed, as James Cash seems to slip a little, the challenge now coming from Palmer in 1, Edward Gregory in 2, and Kai Al-Jazi in lane 6 ramps up, looking to try and get into 3rd place in this first heat. So distance swimming then, completely different beast to what we've just seen with the 50-meter events. Obviously all about cardiovascular endurance, but not only that, streamline, flexibility, so important. Trying to keep that head still, keeping your stroke really long, trying to pull as much water as possible. And you'll notice these guys don't kick all that hard either, relying on that upper body strength and just using the legs really for balance. Particularly at this stage, you'll see the kick come into force a little bit later as the event goes on. But they are 1/3 race distance through. So 500 meters down at that last turn. And Finley Bird continues his chase of Jacob Harness, the leader. And these two clear out in front now. James Cash still clinging on to 3rd place at this stage. The nearest challenge to him coming just outside him in lane 6, Kai Aljazi, City of Leicester swimmer. So a really good battle developing here at the front of the field. Jacob Harness thinks he's pulling away, and then Finley Bird finds another gear and comes back. So Harness and Bird. It looks like heat number 1 is going to be between these two, but then there's going to be a really good battle for 3rd place between 4 swimmers. James Cash has found another gear and slightly put himself ahead of Kai Aljazi in lane 6. Edward Gregory in 2. He's there or thereabouts as well. And Dante Palmer, the Nova Centurion athlete in lane 1, holding on. Just a reminder to all coaches and swimmers, we do have the facility of the cool-down pool today, but please make sure there are no more than 6 swimmers in each lane at any one time. If there are 6 swimmers in there, please don't go diving yourself in or plunging in. Make sure you wait and are patient for a lane to become available. And last thing we want is losing that facility during the day. So as they touch the wall at the scoreboard end this time around, that will be the halfway point. And it's still Jacob Harness, Bassett Law, leading Finley Bird, Derby XL. James Cash in 3rd place. Kai Aljazi in 4th. What a gutsy swim here from these two guys. Well, not just these two guys, but all 10 athletes in the pool. Anybody who's brave enough to get in and swim 1,500 meters, you've got to take your hats off to them. True test of endurance. Mental fortitude as well. And Jacob Harness still trying to break the back of the challenger Finley Bird, but Finley Bird won't go away. If you look closely, you can see Bird now hugging the lane rope, trying to swim off the wave of Jacob Harness, making things a little bit easier for himself. Jacob Harness himself recognizing that and trying to swim to the far side of his lane away from Finley Bird. That way, Bird doesn't get such an easy ride. It'll be really interesting in the latter stage of this race how these two guys finish this off. Both swimming as 15-year-olds. So the 15-year-olds in this race, or in the 15-year-old age group, obviously some of them may well still be 14. Finley Bird swimming as a 15-year-old. Jacob Harness in the same category. James Cash in the same category. We've then got Kai Aljazi swimming in the year below age group, 14. We've then got a number of 13-year-old swimmers. Oscar Venn, Dante Palmer, Edward Gregory, Francesco Monaco, and Harry Callahan-Wetton all swimming in the 13 years age group. And then Alfie Grounsell in lane number 9 swims as a 12-year-old. So a great achievement to have made the qualification time for these championships for Alfie Grounsell. And it will be great experience for him swimming at this level as well. Ten to go then, 500 meters left for the leaders. And Jacob Harness trying to shake James Cash, trying to shake Finley Bird, but Finley Bird resilient, continuing to stay there or thereabouts with the swimmer from Derby XL. So as these 100-meter stints tick by, 400 to go now. And Finley Bird is as close as he's ever been to Jacob Harness. And as they turn down this latest 50, you can see that Harness in lane 4 now breathing away from Bird. Bird breathing bilaterally. So he's keeping an eye on his opponent in lane number 4. And Jacob Harness breathing away all the time, so doesn't really have an idea where Finley Bird is going down this 50. And as a result, Finley Bird is going to be very, very close turning at the scoreboard end. Who's going to get their feet over first? Harness by 0.2 of a second still. Let's have a look at the battle for third place at this stage. James Cash has now found Edward Gregory in lane 2. Drive into third place, Cash in 4th, and Aljazi in 5th place. But those three athletes, all pretty much of a muchness. And now Harness, and down this latest 50, is breathing, looking straight at Finley Bird. And that drives on Jacob Harness to keep that lead. 300 to go. And this is where Finley Bird once again can make up some ground as Harness breathes away from the swimmer from Derby XL. Edward Gregory then is going to touch in lane 2. He's currently in 3rd place, going to get his feet over fractionally ahead of James Cash. With Kai Alijazi still there or thereabouts in the battle for 3rd place in this first heat. What a first heat of this 1500 we've got on our hands. And still to come, one more heat with some very experienced swimmers in the next heat. Manal Mystery, Dan Walker and Dan Harris, with Oliver Davis, the leading four in that next heat. We saw these guys battling out the 800 yesterday. We'll see how they go in the 15 today. Not a lot of time to recover from doing an 800 one day to then doing a 1500 the next day. But these guys are machines. 200 to go then in heat number 1. Jacob Harness turns ahead. Finley Bird still there or thereabouts. And the hours and hours that these guys put into their training to be able to come in and swim 30 lengths of a long course pool. This is what all those early mornings, those tough sets, threshold sets left, right and center, gym sessions. This is where all the hard work comes to fruition. So Harness has extended his lead slightly. And it looks like he's going to his legs a little bit more. Finley Bird still not making a great deal of impact with those feet. But I'm sure coming into the final 100 meters, there's going to be a change of gear. As Jacob Harness in lane 4, Finley Bird in lane 3. They're going to be the first to take the bell. Watch the change of pace after this turn. And you can already see it from Jacob Harness in lane 4. Harness turns, Bird turns. Less than 100 meters to go now for these two. The battle for third place on as well, as James Cash has found another gear in lane 5. And he's putting a real tester down for Edward Gregory. Kai Alijazi still in the running as well. But we'll turn our attention back to the front of the race. 65 meters remaining. And it's going to be neck and neck as they turn at the scoreboard end. Let's have a look at the difference on the scoreboard. Harness will get his feet over first. 0.4 of a second separate Bird in second from Harness in first place. Who's got that final sprint finish? Entry time for Jacob Harness was 17:50. He's going to be well inside that time. But can Finley Bird come through? It looks like he can. Finley Bird looks like he's timed this one to perfection. Finley Bird's entry time, 18:03, and he's left that to the last minute brilliantly. Well inside, 18:03 gets changed to 17:41. And the two swimmers congratulate each other. What an incredible swim from both of them. Time to perfection from Finley Bird. Now back down to third place. Edward Gregory looks to hit the front as well. James Cash trying to push on, but it looks like Edward Gregory of Nova Centurion could do this. 7 meters to go. Edward Gregory's entry time, 18:28. So he's going to be well inside that as well. 18:09 for Gregory. James Cash in fourth with an 18:09 himself. And Kai Alijazi, 18:12. All those guys inside their entry time. Dante Palmer finishes in fifth place. In sixth place, rather, with Kai Alijazi in fifth. 18:25. Dante Palmer himself, a 14-second PB. Make some noise more ways for our final swimmers. As in lane number 8. Harry Callahan-Wetton in lane number 8 is going to come in and finish. And Callahan-Wetton, from a 19:03, drops that to an 18:46. Great swim from him as well. Birthday boy Francesco Monaco from South Links comes in. And another good swim from him as well. And just 2 swimmers to go. Alfie Groundsell, the swimmer in the 12-year-old category from Bassett Law, is going to take the bell. Make some noise for Alfie Groundsell on his final 100 meters. And on the far side of the pool, Finley Dare of Corby. Sorry, Oscar Venn. I'm getting a heat ahead of myself. Oscar Venn of Northampton is going to come in and stop the clock. Really gutsy performance from Oscar. 19:36 for Oscar. His entry time was 19:43. So another brilliant lifetime best from Oscar. Now then, more ways. Just about 60 meters to go. Let's get behind Alfie Groundsell. Brilliant swim. Swimming in lane 9, always difficult to do. Groundsell now less than 50 meters to go. We need to raise the roof more ways as he hits the wall right at the end. Groundsell's entry time was 20:32. He's going to be there or thereabouts on that time as well. But like I said earlier, a fantastic achievement to get the qualification time for these regional championships. And great experience for the swimmer from Bassett Law. Last 10 meters. I want this roof to come off. when he hits that wall, more ways. Great sprint finish from Groundsel. 20:39. Just outside his best, but another brilliant swim. Who knew 1500s could be so exciting? Well, I did. Heat number 2. Oh, so we can draw our breath momentarily as this second and final heat of the 1500 gets underway. Some incredible personal bests there in that last event, last heat rather. May not see quite as many lifetime bests from these older swimmers in this one, but you never know. So let's have a look at our runners and riders. Lane 0 representing Corby is Finlay Dare. City of Leicester in lane 1 with William Oxley. Ben Mould, Loughborough University in lane 2. Northampton's Mana Mystery in lane 3. Dan Walker of Nova goes in 4. Lane 5 belongs to City of Leicester's Dan Harris. Teammate of Harris, Oliver Davis in lane number 6. Second Nova swimmer in lane 7 is Joel Harby. Jason Crabb, the 4th swimmer from the City of Leicester in this particular heat, is in lane 8. And Corby's Lorenzo Silan in lane number 9. So if you were with us yesterday or on the stream yesterday, you will have seen Mystery, Walker, Harris, Davis, et al. All competing in the 800. Walker came out on top of that one, but he was pushed all the way by Northampton's Mana Mystery. And in the early stages of this 1500, it's Walker, Mystery, Harris leading the way. Lane number 2, Ben Mould, the University of Loughborough athlete, going very well, but also in lane 7, Joel Harby made a really good start for Nova Centurion. Long way to go, though, as we know. While I get the opportunity, and I now know that Francesco Monaco is out of the pool. Francesco, many happy returns for your birthday today, and congratulations on your 200-meter back swim yesterday. Fastest in your age group in Great Britain over the last 12 months on that 200 back. So a huge round of applause. Enjoy your birthday today, Francesco. A fantastic achievement. So back to the pool then. Walker begins to settle into his routine and rhythm. Harris and Mystery not far behind, and Joel Harby in lane 7 still going really, really well. A number of swimmers this weekend, fresh off competing at the GB Aquatics British Championships at the London Aquatics Centre last week, and I'm sure if you tuned into that, you saw some incredible swims, and not least from East Midlands swimmer Jacob Mills, former City of Leicester athlete who has qualified for his first World Championship out in Singapore later in the year. But we've also got other swimmers who competed at that British Championships last week. Dan Walker in lane 4, one of those who swam this very event, the 1500 meters. So Walker still there, Harris going with him. Harby now in 3rd place. So Walker then still from Harris, and Harris holding on strong. These two have raced each other over the years, along with Mystery at these regional championships. And you can see I mentioned in the last heat about the way that the two swimmers, Harness and Bird, were using their positioning in the lanes to their advantage. Dan Harris at the moment hugging that lane rope, trying to swim off Walker's wave. Walker will be very conscious of that and trying to swim the opposite side of the lane himself. Joel Harvey still going very, very well. Mystery in fourth. Challenge coming from lane 2 now as well. Ben Mould of Loughborough University. Just over 500 meters completed then. That's 550 at the turn at the scoreboard end. So only a third race distance complete. And you think of the toughness of events. 200 fly, 400 IM, 1500 free. Those three have got to be up there as the most challenging. Not only physically, but also mentally. I take my hat off to any athlete competing at this level at any event. 50s, 100s, 2s, 4s, 8s and 15. Real testament to the commitment, the dedication that these guys and girls put in each and every day. I think it's really important to remember as well, swimming, yes, the results are important, times are important, but what swimming gives these youngsters in terms of the meaning of hard work, dedication, commitment, learning to handle disappointment as well as success, and how it sets them up for later life. And I'd argue that anybody involved in this sport will become a success in whatever field they find themselves in adulthood. So a really good foundation for any athlete involved in this fantastic sport of ours. So back to the pool then. Walker just beginning to pull away a little bit from Harris. Harvey still going ever so well in lane number 7 for Nova Centurion. Mystery and Mould battling it out in lanes 3 and 2 respectively. And as they hit the scoreboard end this time, that will be halfway. 750 meters completed when Walker hits the scoreboard end this time. Just a reminder, 200 backstroke heats for the ladies to come at the conclusion of this one. And then we'll have a breather, and session number 6 gets underway at 12:15. Open male 50 free, followed by ladies 800, then the open male 200 fly. So then, slight lull in the action. Let's dip back into the pool. Metaphorically speaking, of course, it'd be lovely to dip back into the pool. The temperature that it is up here in the gallery, you can't feel that if you're watching at home, but it is sweltering. Looks beautiful outside, and I'm sure it is. But Walker turns then with 12 to go. Harris in second, and now Mystery and Mould reeling in Joel Harvey. Joel Harvey, a really gutsy first half swim to this one. No, that's right, that's right. Let's have a little look further down the field then, going well in sixth place rather at the moment in lane 6. Here's Oliver Davis of the City of Leicester. Then his teammate, Jackson Crabb, City of Leicester in 8, battling with his teammate William Oxley in lane 1. Lorenzo Sealand going well for Corby in lane 9, and Finley Dare of Corby in lane 0. Once again, the age ranges in this one range from Jackson Crabb, swimming as a 14-year-old in lane 8, William Oxley, 15-year-old in lane 1, along with Lorenzo Sealand, who is also in that same 15 years category. We've then got some 16-year-olds, Finley Dare, Oliver Davis, Joel Harvey, all swimming in the 16 years category. Harris, Walker, and Mystery swim as 18-year-olds. And then Ben Mould of the Loughborough University squad swimming as a 20-year-old. Remember, those age categories are up to the 31st of December 2025. And I know for a fact that at least one swimmer in here doesn't turn 18 until the 28th of December. So just because you're swimming in a particular age category, if you're born right at the end of the year, you could be almost a year younger than some of the athletes. So bear in mind that Jackson Crabb is in the 14 years old age category. But not knowing Jackson Crabb myself, he could well be a 13-year-old. So once again, swimming at this level, making this qualification time is a real achievement. 400 to go then for our leader. Walker turns 12:13:30. Walker's personal best is a 16:29 long course. I don't think he'll be near that today. But we'll see how things pan out. Harris keeps in second place, and Manal Mystery now has made a real break away from Mould and Harvey, and he's got Ben Harris in his sights now. You can see Manal Mystery's stroke rate in lane number 3 has really increased. A little bit more splash from the legs as well. But he's got Dan Harris in his sights now. 2 lanes to his left as they head towards the scoreboard end. But Walker continues to look serene in lane number 4. Real stillness, trying to keep that head as still as he possibly can, keeping the stroke nice and long. Legs working a little harder now with 300 to go. So important to keep that streamline going as a distance swimmer, so you're not wasting energy and creating resistance with the rotation. Harris is going to turn in second, but Manal Mystery of Northampton coming back like a train, and with 300 to go, can Harris hold on? So once again, even though this kind of serves as a final, and at this stage it looks like Walker will take that, the different age groups in here, Joel Harvey currently leading the way as a 16-year-old, so he'll, at the moment, be taking the gold medal in that age group. The 15-year-olds between Sealand in lane 9 and Oxley in lane number 1. And at the moment, it's William Oxley in lane 1 leading that age group. And then Jackson Crabb should be good if he can keep his time going and swimming very well at the moment to take the gold medal in the 14 years age group. 150 to go then for Walker. Man Mystery now does slide his way into second place past Dan Harris. Joel Harvey still in fourth place in the heat, but first place in his age group. He's ahead of Ben Mould, Loughborough University in lane 2. So Dan Walker then, Nova Centurion, comes in to take the bell. 2 lengths to go. He took the 800 Senior Regional Championship yesterday. He's going to take the 1500 Senior title today. Manal Mystery turns second. Dan Harris turns third. Joel Harvey next to turn. Then Ben Mould. That'll be all right. So Walker then, 15 meters to go. He's outside his personal best, but it's not going to be by a great deal. And considering the amount of swimming he's done over the last few weeks, he takes the gold medal. 16:39 for Walker. Manal Mystery is going to come in to take silver medal. Dan Harris will take the bronze in the Open Championship. So Manal Mystery of Northampton comes in to take the silver. Mystery 17:02. And Harris the bronze. And I tell you what, after all that racing, it's always great to see the competitors congratulating each other, having a little chat. Only those guys know how hard it is to swim anything that distance. So Harvey comes in to take the title for the 16-year-olds. Searland's going to come in. In fact, William Oxley has taken the title for the 15-year-olds. In comes Lorenzo Searland for Corby in lane 9. And make some noise out in lane 0 for Finley Dare, who's going to finish off heat number 2 of this 1500. Come on, Moorways. They've been working hard. You can work harder than that. Great swim again from Finley Dare. Congratulations to all our 1500-meter swimmers. Time to go and lie down in a dark room. I suppose you've got to do that sometimes. If you leave it too late, you can't come back. On we go then to event 203, the female 11 years and over 200-meter backstroke, heat 1. So then, 4 swimmers in this opening heat. Ivy Smalley, Nova in lane 3. Edie Dexter, City of Leicester in 4. Bassett Laws, Summer Woodcock in 5. And Repton with Elliot 1 in lane 6. 11-year-olds in lane 5 and 6. And 12-year-olds in lanes 3 and 4. 4 lengths then of this Moorways pool for these backstroke swimmers, trying to secure a place in the age group finals this evening. So coming to the halfway point then. Lane 5, Summer Woodcock of Bassett Law, fractionally ahead of Ivy Smaller of Nova Centurion. But there's not a great deal between any of these 4 swimmers. So this last 100 going to be really important. Still Summer Woodcock, Bassett Law leading the way. 65, 70 meters remaining. But there's a real battle for second place in this heat. And those 2 swimmers in second place, or battling for second place. Ivy Smalley in 3 and Edie Dexter in lane 4 as Woodcock turns first with 50 meters remaining. Woodcock appears to be in control of Heat 1. Smalley and Dexter battling it out for second place. 25 meters to go. I think Woodcock's going to hold on in this one. Can Ivy Smalley of Nova hold on to second place in the heat? Five meters remaining then, and Summer Woodcock swimming for Bassett Law is going to take heat number 1. 2:48.42 inside her entry time. Second place goes to Ivy Smalley, and Edie Dexter takes third. Great swim from Ellie Wan as well. Heat 2. So heat 2 underway then. Sienna Brett, Nova in lane 0. Teammate Bianca Banias in lane 1. City of Lincoln, Pentaqua's Miley Richardson swims in 2. Kayla Lockton in 3 for Loughborough. Third Nova swimmer is in lane 4, Amelia Bricknell. We've then got City of Leicester in lanes 6, 7 and 8. Harriet Jennings in 6, Isabella Derbyshire 7 and Charlotte Lucas in lane 8. And Chesterfield's Isla Davis in lane 9. Fastest qualifier in this one is Amelia Bricknell of Nova. 2:45.10 is her entry time. Now just a reminder, some of these times are short course converted times. And basically what that means is if these swimmers are getting better than their short course converted time, then they have done a miraculous job. Some of them will be long course times on our start sheets. So it's always difficult to tell whether or not these swimmers are putting in personal bests, lifetime bests. But anything near there or thereabouts on their entry times is still a great achievement. And if they're going quicker, then, well, all the training and the hard work is paying off. So Amelia Bricknell still leads, but now in lane number 2, Miley Richardson of the City of Lincoln with a really good 45 meters towards the scoreboard end. She's going to get her feet over and turn first, I think. Oh, Richardson 200ths quicker than Bricknell at that final turn, but a really nice turn from Bricknell sees her get herself back in front. And Bricknell again, can she hold on to this heat? Keep your eye on lane number 8 as well. Charlotte Lucas, City of Leicester, going well. These three are going to take the 1, 2, 3 in heat 2. Bricknell in 4. Richardson in 2. It's going to come down to the touch. 5 meters to go. Richardson looks favourite at this stage from my commentary position, but Bricknell could get that touch. It is Miley Richardson from Amelia Bricknell. 300ths of a second separating first and second, with Charlotte Lucas in third. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool. Heat 3. Here we go then with heat number 3 of 12. Full complement of swimmers in this one. Isla Moran, Repton in 1. Martha Blake, Corby in... Sorry, let's start that again. There's always 10 lanes which start with 0. Come on, get your head in gear, man. Isla Moran in 0 for Repton. Corby with Martha Blake in lane 1. Karis Powell in 2 for Cabs. Repton's Daisy Ashworth in lane 3. Kira Parker in 4, Derby Excel. Amelie Gunther of Repton in lane 5. Lane 6, Isla Fowler, City of Leicester. Her teammate Sophie Lane alongside her in 7. Nova's Olivia Tagg in 8 and Remy Berry in lane 9. .65 meters remaining, and this is a real close heat. This is going to be contested between Karis Powell in 2, Kira Barker in 4, but also going well in lane number 6 is Isla Fowler. Olivia Tagg in 8 there or thereabouts as well, and in fact, Isla Fowler in lane 6 hits the front with 30 meters to go. Isla Fowler, second place then could go to anybody from lanes 9, 8, 7, 4 or lane 2, but Isla Fowler in lane number 6 looking favourite for this. Who's going to take second place? It could be lane number 2's Karis Powell. Isla Fowler's going to take the heat. Is Powell going to get second? It's going to come down to the touch. It could be. Carries Powell in second, and Remy Berry takes third. Winning time for Isla Fowler, 2:41.98. Inside her entry time as well, so great swim from Fowler, representing the city of Leicester. Heat 4. And the next 10 athletes get their 200 back underway. Violet Blackett in 0 for the city of Leicester. Corby's Isabel Volovsky in 1. Elizabeth Martindale 2 for Nova. Corby again in lane 3 with Beth Reben. Eleanor Howitt in 4, Grantham. Olivia Bevan Hinkley in 5. Bassett Law Stanley Crow in lane 6. India Sawyer of Colville in 7. Lane 8 belongs to Alice Hunt of Derby Excel. And Laura Graham Brown of the city of Leicester in lane number 9. Coming to the midway mark then. And it is Alice Hunt, Derby XL, lane 8. Closely followed by Beth Reben in lane 3 from Corby, and then a raft of swimmers turning after those two leaders. Reben just loses a little on that turn, but she's immediately into her swimming again and trying to get her way to the front of the field. Alice Hunt continues to lead, Derby XL, lane 8. .50 to go then. And Beth Reben gets a good turn that time. And the swimmer from Corby in lane 3, stamping her authority on heat number 4. But Laura Graham Brown, keep your eye on lane 9, bottom of the screen, if you're watching from home, closest to the gallery, if you're watching live with us here at Moorways. She's put in a real good stint over this second 100. But Beth Reben of Corby, 5 meters to go, is going to take heat number 4. Laura Graham Brown battling with Isabella Polovsky in lane 1. It is Graham Brown who finishes second with Polovsky in 3rd place. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Heat 5. As the swimmers surface then for heat number 5, Isabel Rafferty, Bassett Law in 0. Teammate Bronte Easy in 1. Elisa Giro in 2 for Corby. Third Bassett Law swimmer in this heat is Tate Fox in lane 3. Effie Chapman in 4 for Nova. Lucy Tong Ripley in 5. Lane 6, Jessica White of Derby Excel. City of Leicester's Ivy Lowe in 7. Ivy Brown in 8 for Melton Mowbray. And Holly Cowles, Braunston, lane 9. So after 50 meters then, the field pretty much neck and neck. Slight advantage for Elisa Giraud in lane number 2. When I say a slight advantage, that advantage is growing all the time. She's got clear water now between her and the next quickest swimmer alongside her in lane 3, who is Tate Fox. And Giraud continues to pull away. She's going to hit the midway mark with around about a 3-meter advantage, which is going to equate to a 2.5 second lead over Tate Fox. Next quickest in lane 4, Effie Chapman of Nova. Remember, many of these swimmers looking to try and secure qualification times for the Summer National Championships. Both the Swim England National Championships, home nations, obviously all 4 home nations have their own summer events, but the pinnacle is the Aquatics GB Next Gen Championships, as they've now been renamed this year, and they'll take place in Sheffield in July. Trying to see if they can get into the top of their age group. Depending on the event will dictate how many swimmers are invited to each of those. Window closes at the beginning of May. So this weekend and next weekend, probably just about the last chance they will get. As Elisa Giraud, as she has done from the get-go, wins heat number 5, 2:35.07. That's 3 seconds inside her entry time, so a great swim from Giraud. Effie Chapman second, and Jessica White comes back into 3rd place. Heat number 6. So as Heat 6 gets underway, Ava Carter, Belpa Marlin in lane 0. Bassett Law's Abigail Betts in lane 1. Lily Grace Belfield Chesterfield in 2. Lane 3 belongs to Chloe Gent of City of Leicester. Grantham with Annabelle J in 4. Amelie Ratliff in 5 for Derby Excel. Hinkley's Jasmine Singh in lane 6. Caitlin Davison Nova in lane 7. Lane 8 belongs to Rasheen Power of Derby Phoenix. And Scarlett Howe, Derby Excel in lane number 9. Just been informed, the window for qualifying closes on the 11th of May. So after this weekend here in Moorways, there are 2 more weekends of racing. So swimmers still have an opportunity in Corby next weekend as part of East Midlands Long Course Champs. But obviously other events taking place around the country as well. Level 1 meets, last chance qualifiers. So 11th of May is the close of the qualifying window for the Summer National Championships. Halfway through this one then, going really well in lane 0 is Ava Carter of Belper Marlin. .65 meters remaining then. Carter in 0. Leads from Abigail Betts in lane 1. These two going to be turning pretty much simultaneously. Over they go, roll and feet on the wall. 500ths separating them. Third, Chloe Gent, 1:58.8. Those three swimmers all turning in under 3 minutes. Sorry, under 2 minutes. 3 minutes would be a disservice to them all. Into the final 15 meters then. And Ava Carter of Belper Marlin trying to hold off Abigail Betts of Bassett Law, and she's going to do so. Great finish from Martin. Ava Martin takes the heat. Abigail Betts second, and third is going to go to Chloe again to the City of Leicester. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Heat 7. So we are now halfway through these heats, 12 heats in total. This is the 7th of those. Evie Bevan, City of Leicester in 0. Teammate Ava Steens in 1. Maddie Walden, Northampton in 2. Corby's Eva Gallagher in 3. Megan Blair in 4 from Colville. Isabel Cameron, Repton in lane 5. Northampton's Vida Coulson in lane 6. Isabel Allsop 7 for Grantham. Lana Webb of Northampton swims in lane 8. And Repton's Nia Worthington in lane 9. So the field splitting very quickly after the first 50 meters. Fastest qualifier in this one, Megan Blair of Colville in lane number 4, but going best at the moment is Isabel Cameron of Repton out in lane 5. Nia Worthington of Repton in 9, also there or thereabouts, as is Maddie Walden of Northampton. So Walden, Northampton in 2, Cameron, Repton in 5, and Worthington, Repton in 9, the first 3 to turn. And the other 7 swimmers literally in a line across the width of this Moorways pool. So Walden, Cameron, Worthington together at the front of the field. 65 meters remaining for the leaders. And who's going to turn first? It looks like being Nia Worthington in 9, 1:54.5 at the 1:50 mark. And Worthington looks to power away down the final lap here, seeing if she can secure a finals qualification time for later this evening. Looking very strong is the swimmer from Repton. And there's not a great deal in the qualification times, but Nia Worthington comes into this one slowest in the heat. 2:36.7 was her entry time. And I think she's going to get inside that 2:36.7. There's the clock just ticking over to 2:30 now. Nia Worthington, 2:35.0. Coulson comes back strong to take second place, and Maddie Walden in third. Heat 8. And here we go again then. The swimmers surface in Heat 8, and we see Daisy Taylor in 0 for Worksop. Hannah Bruce, lane 1, South Lincolnshire. Hinkley's Emily Hewitt in 2. Libby Cooper in 3. Cooper swimming 4, Nova Centurion. Loughborough's Millicent Goldfinch in 4. Sophie Alonso in 5 for Calverton and Bingham. Isabel Tagg of Nova in 6. Emma Graham Brown, City of Leicester 7. Her teammate Chloe Morley in lane 8, and Bethany Henson of Colville in lane 9. Who's going to take this one by the scruff of the neck then? Well, it appears in this early stage, it's lane number 5, Sophie Alonso of Calverton and Bingham. Keep an eye on Daisy Taylor though, out in lane 0. She currently occupies second place. Those two out in front at the moment, with Millicent Goldfinch in lane 4 turning third. .65 meters remaining then. Sophie Alonso continues to lead. Daisy Taylor second out in lane 0. And third to turn is going to be Emma Graham Brown in lane 7. And cheered on by her teammates at the end of the pool. Great to see such support from all these athletes. 25 meters remaining in Heat 8. Sophie Alonso continues to lead, but Emma Graham Brown in lane 7 coming back ever so strong. Also lanes 3 and 4 now making a move. Libby Cooper in 3, Millicent Goldfinch in 4. But it is going to be Calverton and Bingham's Sophie Alonso who takes heat number 8. From Emma Graham Brown in second place. And Libby Cooper will take third. We'll just wait for the scoreboard to correct itself, get confirmation of that. Winning time for Alonso, 2:35.64. On to Heat 9. So heat 9 of 12 then, the last of our unseeded heats. Emily Talks in lane number 0 from Lincoln Vulcan. Northampton's Holly Haight in 1. Lucy Willits in 2 from Grantham. Imogen Howard, Bassett Law in 3. Daisy Tatlow Turner 4 from Chesterfield. Repton in 5 and 6. Maisie Lee Simpson in 5 and Sadie Llewellyn in 6. Corby's Ella Newton in lane 7. Repton again in lane 8 with Elsie Hatton and Amy Walker of Worksop in lane 9. So early stages of heat 9, and I say early stages, we're almost at the midway mark already. And Daisy Tatlow Turner comes in fastest in this one, and she leads the way at the midway point. Tatlow Turner in 4, from Imogen Howard in 3, and Elsie Hatton in lane 8. And Daisy Tatlow Turner really taking this field in heat 9 apart, showing them how it's done. Her entry time on paper in front of me is 2 minutes 30.8. She's going to turn around 150, 150.6. So she's got 40 seconds to do this final length. See how close to her entry time she can get. So Daisy Tatlow Turner is definitely going to win this one. Second place a little more unclear at the moment. But Elsie Hatton in lane 8, looking favourite. But a battle coming from Holly Haight now in lane number 1. Remember, Daisy's entry time 2:30.8. She's going to be inside that. 2:28.3. Great swim, and a grandstand finish for second place is going to go to Elsie Hatton of Repton. Imogen Howard taking third place. Another great heat in these 200 backs. 3 to go. Heat 10. So once again, the first of our 3 seeded heats. Obviously, the reason behind that is if we add all the fastest swimmers in the final heats, there will be probably very little point in having a final tonight. So, lane 0, Olivia Graham of Repton. Carlton Forum's Abby Turnbull in 1. Jessica Oxley, City of Leicester in 2. Clara Guinness, Repton in 3. Aurelia Vavrisnovic, Nova in 4. City of Leicester's Janie Finch in 5. Julia Josviak in 6 from the Leicester Sharks. Her teammate Zoe Ellis in 7. Retford's Ruby Credland in lane 8. And Maisie Matthews of Louth swims in lane 9. Aurelia Vavrisnovic of Nova Centurion, fastest qualifier here in lane 4, 2:17.7. But at the moment, going best, coming towards the midway point, is Janie Finch of the City of Leicester on paper, 2 seconds slower than Vavrisnovic. So Finch swims as a 15-year-old, one of the youngest competitors in this heat. Maisie Matthews and Olivia Graham in lanes 9 and 0, respectively, both in the 14 years age category. Janie Finch really attacking heat number 10 here. 65 meters remaining, and Janie Finch leads the way. Hard to call really at the moment, but second place looks to be in lane 3 with Clara Guinness of Repton. Abby Turnbull of Carlton Forum in third, if my eyesight doesn't deceive me, and I don't think it will, no. And they're your top 3 into the final 50. $15 meters to go then. Janie Finch, representing the city of Leicester, is going to take this heat. It's going to be a good time as well. Just outside her entry time, but qualifies nicely for the final, all being well. Second place is Clara Guinness of Repton, and third, Abby Turnbull. Oh, sorry. I think it's Abby Turnbull. Wait for the... Jessica Oxley, in fact, takes third from Abby Turnbull. That concludes heat number 10. Two more heats to go this morning then, and then we have a bit of a breather. Warm up for session 6 is 11:15 with racing starting at 1:15 midday. Men's 50 free, ladies 800 free, and the open male 200 fly in that session. Heat 11. Penultimate heat then is heat number 11. Kyra Winter, Chesterfield in 0. Sarah Dew in 1 for the Leicester Sharks. City of Lincoln's Rachel Webb in 2. Darcy Platts, City of Leicester in 3. Connie Davis, lane 5 for the University of Nottingham. Chesterfield's Amelia Denham in 6. Annabelle Blackbird, lane 7 for Repton. Abby Tunnicliffe, Derby XL in 8. And Burcoat's Isabel McCorkle in lane 9. So Connie Davis of the University of Nottingham taking this one out then, leading after the first 75 metres. So Davis with clear water between her and Darcy Platts in lane 3. Third to turn, Abby Tunnicliffe in lane number 8 for Derby XL. Still in contention at this stage though. Sarah Dew in 1, Rachel Webb in lane number 2, and Annabelle Blackbird in lane 7 there or thereabouts. So then, 35 meters remaining, and Connie Davis, the fastest qualifier in this one, with the fact that Madeline Soper is not swimming this morning. So Connie Davis should book her place in tonight's final with relative ease. Darcy Platts in lane 3 is going to take second place, and third looks like going to Sarah Dew in lane number 1. Connie Davis, 2:21.3. And that concludes heat 11. One more to go in this first session this morning. Our final heat then is heat 12. So once again, 9 swimmers in this one. Lane 5 not participating today. So Francesca Hallam-Stott, Grantham in 0. Nova Sean Headley in 1. Alice Streeter, University of Nottingham in 2. Amelia Cheesechick in lane number 3 for Northampton. Lincoln's Holly Marshall in lane 4. Phoebe Adams in 6 for Northampton. Lane 7 belongs to Grace Wingham of Corby. City of Leicester's Holly Gent in lane 8. And Martha Manson of Repton in 9. So Holly Marshall comes in quickest of all qualifiers, 2:14.9 the time of the Lincoln Vulcan in lane 4. But at the moment, the rest of the field staying with her over this first 100. In particular, Amelia Cheesechick in 3, Phoebe Adams in 6, and Grace Wingham in 7. So those 4 already away from the rest of the field, and now Holly Marshall looks to kick into another gear as she turns at the midway point. Nice underwater work from the swimmer from Lincoln Vulcan. Amelia Cheesechick still with her though. On paper, Holly Marshall 6 seconds quicker than the swimmer in lane 3 from Northampton. Let's see if that comes to fruition over these final 70 meters or so. So Marshall turns from Cheesechick. And then third is Phoebe Adams in 6. 35 meters remaining then. Probably going to be outside her entry time of 2:14. But again, all about swimming heats, securing your place in a final. And then you can turn it on a little bit when those finals come later in the day. She's going to clock around about a 2:18, 2:19, something like that is Marshall. 2:19.81 takes the heat. Cheesechick second and Phoebe Adams in third place. And that, more ways, concludes session number 5 this morning. Huge congratulations to our medal winners in the 1500 this morning, and congratulations to all our finalists. But let's not forget, anybody who's made it to these East Midlands Long Course Championships, it is a significant achievement in itself, so congratulations to all our athletes. More ways, warm-up for session number 6 will begin at 11:15, with racing to start at 12:15. So why don't you take this opportunity, get yourself outside, catch some rays, and come back for session 6, which will begin at 12:15.